Hi, my name's Chris Schipper, and I'm here today to talk about Candide by Voltaire. So Candide is a work of literature for which I have a great deal of affection, but the book's author, Voltaire, is someone who I have a great deal of admiration for. So Candide is a book that's traditionally been challenged, but in fact, the author, Voltaire, was at least twice exiled because of his writings and his views. Candide is a work of satire in which he mercilessly mocks not only the monarchy but also the church and the clergy. In Candide, I've selected a couple of passages to share with you. One of the prominent issues of the time from the Enlightenment was one of free will. So that's the first passage I have to share with you. One fine spring day, he felt like going for a walk, following his nose in a straight line, for it seemed to him an inherent right of all human beings, like all animals, to use their limbs as they pleased. He hadn't gone 5 miles when, suddenly, 4 other heroes, 6 feet tall, overtook him, tied him up, and led him to jail. Following the letter of the law, he was permitted to choose whether he preferred being beaten 36 times by each man in the regiment, or being shot in the head by a volley of 12 lead bullets. He was informed that the decision was entirely up to him, and even though he replied that men enjoyed freedom of the will, and he preferred neither one nor the other, he was still required to make a choice. He decided, considering God's great gift of liberty, to run the gauntlet 36 times. He managed it twice. There were 2,000 men in the regiment, which resulted in 4,000 blows, and, from neck to asshole, the exposure of his muscles and nerves. As they were about to proceed with the third round, Candide was incapable of any more and asked if, as a great favor, they would mind blowing out his brains. The other passage I've chosen is interesting to me because it seems in some ways that Voltaire has anticipated a conversation that continues to this day, one that involves creationism and intelligent design. Here he talks about his mentor, the wise Pangloss. So what Pangloss taught was metaphysico-theological cosmogony. I stumble on that one. He's demonstrated perfectly that there was no effect without a cause, and that in this best of all possible worlds, the Baron's mansion was the most beautiful of all mansions, and the Baroness the best of all possible baronesses. Manifestly, he said, nothing could have been different. Since everything was designed for a purpose, everything is necessarily meant to serve the best of all purposes. Observe how noses are designed to hold up eyeglasses, and therefore we have eyeglasses. Legs are obviously meant for wearing shoes, and so we have shoes. Rocks have been designed to be quarried and used for building purposes. The Baron has a singularly beautiful mansion. The greatest baron in Westphalia requires the greatest dwelling, and because pigs were made to be eaten, we dine on pork all year long.